So there's an interesting article in the Wizard Star that I came across, and me and my host over here were talking about it earlier. I'm going to read a little bit about it, and then we're going to discuss it, because it's actually very interesting. So who would pay for $1,000 for a thin strip of land you always believed that was yours in the first place? That's the thing right now. A lot of residents don't want it. Ward 8 Councillor Gary Kashak said Monday followed a meeting Councillors Development and Heritage Standing Committee, where perplexed residents in a 3200 block of Clements were asking questions about the city's offering them portions of the narrow alley at the back of their properties for $1 each. Sorry, so I was wrong earlier. It's $1 each for the land, plus a survey cost, which could end them costing $1,000 or more.
For a survey cost?
Per resident.
Get the hell out of here.
They were confused when they were recently receiving the city's offer, because at first they heard the city owned 7-foot wide strip of land between their back properties and the CN rail. It looks like a typical alley. They thought it was their property right up to the fence, said Kazi, who spoke, delegate of the community. So apparently, from what I'm understanding from this article, basically, they have their fence already built. So there's like this alleyway from like this wall to that wall on the back of their property that's not theirs.
And they want to sell it to them.
The city wants to sell them for $1. But in order for the city to sell it, they have to do a survey.
Get the hell out of here. Sorry.
And it's $1,000 per resident. How many people are on usually a block?
How many houses on the block?
Usually. Like, at least, probably 15?
50.
So 50 times 1,000 is what? That's $50,000.
They got money.
What do you think about this? Like, if they thought it was already theirs, what do you think the city should do? Because if the resident doesn't buy it, and CN doesn't buy it...
They're extorting.
I'm just saying.
They're extorting the residents. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. They're trying to take money out of their pocket for no reason. You know what I mean? And how are they going to pay $1,000 and then they have to pay rent that same month? That's more, you know what I'm saying? Like,
mortgages or rent, you're right.
You give them $100... I mean, no, you're gonna buy land. They can buy land for $1. So basically, they're buying land for $1,100.
But it's $1,000 minimum or more, so it could be $2,000.
That's what I'm saying. So they're really paying for the land. That survey cost is the land they're paying for.
But it's not that. See, but think of this: that survey cost is not even going to the city.
The dollar is a survey cost.
But the dollar is the prop.
They switched it on them. You know what I'm saying to you? Buy a property for $1, but it's going to cost you $1,000 more for the survey.
And I bet you they have a private contractor.
It's a switch thing. So the dollars that go to the survey, and the money's that go. Yo, bro, come on.
Shady stuff, you guys. I know, that's interesting. So I'm going to touch another article here. We're going to get on to a little bit of sports here. So the Canadian Football League received an unexpected bit of good news this week. Did you know that?
Yes, no. I didn't know until you told me.
And that the news was Landry Jones. So from what I'm understanding, the CFL, of course, is the furthermost thing from fleeting secondary oldest champions trophy in North America pro sports. And that as recently as last fall, the prospect of two planned spring football leagues in the United States loomed as some degree of competing threat. That would be Alliance American Football League reconstruction to XFL. Each had wealthy, connected people involved, and they were promised base salaries considering higher than those of CFL. And it has scheduled to fit more players who start harbling through the NFL career. Play for more than one of the new leagues in the spring before Mullen goes straight into the NFL camps. The CFL had seen off many such threats over the decades. But if one ever does stick, it would represent something of a crisis in the Canadian League talent base. Certain columnists whistles identity shuffles. With the Gary Cup last year, if either AAFL or the XFL would be on one to do it. But the AAFL came in and went before it completed its season. With the Carolina Hurricanes owner Tom Dundas bizarrely arriving to be its savior and exclusive in a matter of weeks, now it's the XFL's turn. The league went through a series of head coach announcements already, with the names of recognition to football fans: Bob Stoops, June Jones, Mark Tresman, and Jim Zorn. But finding coaches was also going to be easy part, as there are far more of them. There's a high-profile professional coaching jobs. Finding players is the greatest challenge, announcing Landry Jones as the mark first signing only underscores that point. The XFL says it plans to sign 7 more leading quarterbacks before the draft in October, confiding pay sign with the league's first.
I feel like XFL is giving players that retired or didn't make it so far in the NFL a chance to come back and redeem themselves. You know what I mean? Like people don't really hear about this Landry Jones guy or whatever. You know what I mean? And all the stats that you said about him, it's good, but it's all right. You know what I mean? So I just feel like this is a new league to give people a new chance.
I don't think that. I think personally, if you look at everything, we're going through a totally different change with the legalization of cannabis. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing with the legalization of cannabis. It's a good thing. It's just the fact that if you look now, we're coming out with this, right? So everything needs change.
Yeah.
If you look over time, stores change.
That's true.
Music change. There's a new era of music.
Yeah, music change hard.
So who's to say there's not a new era of football, a new era of hockey? We're definitely.
Well, they did it with when the wrestling tried to come up with that football. What was it
Rugby?
called? No, the man said rugby. WWE came up with that football, and it was like you ever play the football? I can't even say you ever play games. So it's a football game called NFL Blitz, and it's like when you're tackling, you can drop kick them and all that. This football was bro. It was crazy. So now it's like they tried that and didn't make it for so long. So maybe they're gonna try this. I feel this will make it long because it's actual football. You know what I mean? Just XFL. So we'll see.
We'll see what happens. And none of this is to say that if the Sunshine and Rainbows in the CFL, the Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto franchises are all involved in various states of the crisis. And the new CFL 2.0 positioning as a global aggregator of the football talent has not been losing success out of the gate, unless you put in awful wheat. The 2 special teams tackles for the Edmonton Oilers. But as the CFL looming competitive threats, 1 down, 1 to go. That was by Post Media and it was on the Windsor Star. That's very, very interesting. I think next topic's even more interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, I believe so. Ottawa announces $1.75 billion to come. I need to block it off, yo. Well, the dairy farmers impact the trade deals. You know what I'm saying, dude?
$1.7 billion
for milk.
For a free trade agreement between the U.S. and Canada. How's that U.S. milk?
I don't drink milk.
No?
No, I haven't drank milk.
I drank U.S. milk. It's alright.
Like,
I just prefer Canadian milk because I live in Canada.
14 years now. 14 years I haven't drank milk for it. I don't drink milk, man.
But like
not even that soya milk. It's just water with or the almond milk. It's like water ground up almonds. Me milk don't mix.
Well, with that being said, so Canada announces approximately 11,000 dairy producers, about half of whom are in Quebec, will receive the money over 8 years, with $345 million to be distributed this year. The sums will be allocated to the producers. The average farmer will be heard of 80 cows receiving $28,000 in the first year. The Liberal government March budget embarked $2.15 billion to help farmers who lose income because of the trade deal in Europe and Pacific Rim, both of which would make it easier for foreign egg, dairy, and poultry producers to enter the Canadian market.
But do you think, so we're trading milk. We're trading U.S. milk for Canada milk.
No, so it's a free trade agreement. So it's like, I don't want to say it's like the free trade agreement was, the NFTA or what you want to call it. But it's similar to that where we can trade dairy between, so the states can sell it to us. So when we pay tax, the U.S. don't pay tax. Usually when we buy something from the states, we have to pay duty, right? When we bring something over, we have to pay that extra tax. Well, when the state sells us their milk, they don't pay any tax. Sell it to us. So they're making more profit.
Gotcha.
If we sell their milk if we sell Canadian milk to the U.S., we don't pay tax. So it is kind of good in both ways, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I see it, because when I went to the grocery store, U.S. milk was more expensive than Canadian milk.
And U.S. milk is just tastes so different.
The safety standards are completely different.
It's weird, yeah.
So if you guys aren't aware, in London, Ontario over the last week, there was not thunder, but...
We're at 40 minutes.
Yeah, I know we're a little bit over our daily time, but that's okay. We try to...
It's a 20-minute thing.
It's a 20-minute thing. 20-minute thing. But this is our last topic.
Oh, my shoulder's killing me.
Your shoulder's killing you.
Alright.
So the explosion in London.
Yeah, is that a video of it?
Yeah, but I can't play it right now. Because it won't work. But I did attach the thing below.
It won't work, right?
Because it won't play through the podcast properly.
Some of the podcast you played. I just want to see the video.
Yeah,
turn the volume
after. Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't care. Let's turn the volume off.
It is off. So this is a Ring doorbell. If you guys aren't aware of the 27 clip posted on Facebook by Old East Village resident Kenny's Trickling shows two women lounging in a backyard hot tub while a great ball giant fireball appears above the tree line nearby. Oh my god, call 911, call 911. One of the women shouts to a long-haired man who's drying off beside the hot tub. The man yells at the two women to get out of the water immediately, get out of the tub, get the fuck out of the tub. So both women rushed out, called the police, who lives in Dundas. So, long story short, a car traveling in the wrong direction on Queens Avenue, a one-way street, struck a house on Woodman Avenue shortly after 10 p.m., crashing several natural gas lines.
That person died.
Well, let me get into the article. Firefighters were working to evacuate the area when the explosion happened, 11 p.m., injured 4 firefighters, 2 police officers, and 1 citizen. 1 firefighter remained in hospital, listed in serious but stable conditions Friday. Daniel Alexander Lies, 23. Kitchener faced multiple charges, including 4 counts of impaired driving causing bodily harm. The blast destroyed 2 homes, and 8 others were damaged. Officials say 100 nearby homes were evacuated by the residents, but all 10-8 on Woodman Town of those houses were all allowed to return to Thursday night. So what they're trying to say is...
He was drunk?
Yeah.
And ran into a gas line?
Multiple gas lines, not just one.
Fuck
multiple.
Do that,
look at that. That's like a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. This family right here is in the water, is chilling.
Like, get out, man!
Look at them.
I would be too bad. But that's the thing. Like, if something like this went down, even if you...
It's like a mushroom on top. See how that came, bro? Like, that is sick.
So if you guys haven't seen, we've attached in the description the last article link. Go check out the video. Because I don't know if it's about being sick. It's a nice video.
No, I mean, not like sick in a good way. Like, that's sick. Like, not even the proud person.
No, it. But that's all cool how a Ring doorbell caught that.
Ring always records.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's good. So you're walking, someone's walking by your house, and then you see, okay, that person walked by too many times by my house, like suspiciously.
She might serve
back and forth.
She might serve some jail time.
She might serve some. She might serve some jail time, bro. She's going to serve some jail time.
She only had 4 counts of impaired driving and faced multiple charges,
bro,
including death.
Like if everybody's,
but
if everybody was home in their house at that time,
would that be attempted murder?
If they died, yeah.
But would that be like second degree murder though? Because she didn't.
Yeah, it wasn't premeditated. You know, it wasn't planned.
Still
like that. Yeah. So, but it's because she was drunk. That's what it is.
Why are you gonna drink and drive, man? Just call a cab. Walk. Sorry, I get upset with that stuff.
23.
I get upset with that stuff. Though, like it's not worth it. Like to take your life or somebody else's life.
It's crazy, man.
Anyways, if you guys aren't aware, you can follow us on all the social media aspects of Kick the Media. You can check us out at www.kickthemedia.com. And
what are you pointing to?
I don't know who I'm pointing to. What are you pointing to?
It said they Kick the Media, like the camera's on it, like.
Don't forget, like, follow, share, and subscribe, guys. Woo!
Yes. It's Kumar Star.
And your co-host, JJ Chronic.
Happy Saturday.